company like Gemini tries. I don't think they're very successful with it because the manufacturers or the companies that use that material are used to just going back and ordering what they have had the last time. So that it's a very non-professional market. Is go back and send an email and say, I need another 20, 30, 40, 50 sheets of what I had the last time I ordered with you. So they try to introduce online shops for it, and it's certainly coming. It's certainly getting better, especially with new customers. But existing customers tend to reorder exactly the way they ordered the first time. So you can get, one-off buyers online or smaller customers online, but the medium and larger customers generally don't use the web for the purchasing of that material.
And so when we talk about medium and larger customers, what are the kind of sign shop equivalents that you're talking about here?
On the smaller sign shops, it will be a few thousand euros a year. So it's not a lot. A lot of it, you can call it a larger customer if they purchase 30, 40, 50,000 euros a year. That's already a pretty big company. But it's extremely fragmented, exactly right. Because anyway, all this signage is always a part of something else. It's never by itself. It's always part of a bigger project, a bigger assignment that these companies need to do.
So is there kind of if you kind of look overall, because it almost seems like there's very niche suppliers of these materials throughout the supply chain. Is there a value proposition for the sign shops to have everything packaged and bundled and sold to them? Or do they still do it by separately? Okay.
There's in North America it's a bit different because there's also because of the consolidation of the market, there's also larger players that produce materials. But generally, most of the signage shops say we can do it all. We can do your acrylic sign, and we can do your metal sign, and we can do your paint brushing, and we can do everything if you want. Usually they also have some sort of digital printing for flags and banners and this type of stuff as well. So they try to be the one-stop shop. So if a hotel comes along and says they need 300 signs for the doors, and they need some flags from the outside and some stamps and some name it, different things, that they try to be the one-stop shop and offer a lot. There's except outside of the US, there's very few specialized signage shops that say, we only do one type of material or one type of signage.
But does that mean there's also suppliers to signage shops that also do multiple things?
On the supplier side, it's more consolidated because for manufacturing these materials, it takes a bit more know-how than to produce the final product with it. So the suppliers tend to be more specialized. So there's suppliers for these laminated materials, then there's suppliers for the acrylics, as we discussed before, different kind of approach, commodity, and there is a range of suppliers for other type of materials, but all the manufacturers tend to be very specialized.
What about the distributors?
The distributors are different. They carry everything, or the larger ones anyway. They again buy from different manufacturers and try to carry everything.
So if I'm a sign maker, I have a sign shop, do I typically buy from all my needs from one distributor, or
you try to limit the amount of distributors you take product from, because the logistical cost is relevant. So if it's easier for them to buy acrylic and laminate and dye-bond and other type of materials and metals and aluminum from one place, it's easier for them. And because they tend, as you said before, the quantities they buy are generally not that large. So they try to bundle up their orders, and therefore it makes it easier if they've got a single point of contact from a distribution point of view than trying to deal with all the manufacturers directly, which the manufacturers don't do anyway, by the way. You can't really buy directly from any manufacturer. You have to go through some sort of distribution network.
Yeah.
You mentioned